What's up, family? Just chilling in the bed. I thought about making some little content. I had me and my homeboy was talking about this one event that happened back in the day around the corner up at the store at the up on Montgomery at Owens. I'm gonna call this episode "Don't Judge a Book by Its Cover." Yeah. So one day, this was '98 because I was 16. I had worked at McDonald's before for a couple months. And reason I thought about that because I seen one of the older guys that worked there with me. He was a manager. Now he wasn't old like that, but he was older than me. And like I was 16, so dude had to be about he probably was early 30s or something like that. But he was a manager. I seen him up in there. This was after I had got fired. I only worked there for like a month or two. But I had seen dude in there, and it was me and my homeboys. We always hung at Owens. Got chicken gizzards. They used to sell fried wings and gizzards. Had the best food in the hood, fish sandwiches, all that. They had the video games. We played Mortal Kombat and all that. We used to get our candy. We used to steal our little wine and stuff out of there. Get drunk. That's when I was a young dude. I hung at Owens every day. Me and all my friends. This day, it's a few of us up in the stove. Only people faces that I can remember. It was my man Lil Bill. We called him Lil Joe. My man Lil Joe. My man Bosie and Nani. They all brothers. And me. And there was a couple more dudes with us, but I can't think who else was with us. But I remember us four, and there was a couple more dudes in the stove, and we was up in Owens, getting our snacks and whatever, chilling and kicking it. And I remember I seen dude come in from McDonald's. He had the uniform on. Yup. And he was in there kicking it with me, like, what's up, dog? What you been up to? Sis, what? Blah, blah, blah. And then some more dudes came in the store. It was it was some OGs in the store, like some older winos, or they getting drunk. They probably got off of work or something. It was two of them, two or three of them. I think it was two though. Yeah, it was a couple OGs in the store, winos, because back then on Linwood they used to be getting folded. Like it used to be just thousands of older. I mean, not thousands, hundreds of older dudes on Linwood just hanging and drinking. Why, it was a lot of people living back then. You know what I mean? And it used to be just a lot of them hanging up on Linwood, and they just be drinking and hanging and chilling. And so it was just a couple of them up at the stove getting them some drinks. And two dudes walking the stove. Now they was like in their 20s or something. I remember they was fresh, they was kind of fresh. I remember one of them niggas had a tight ball fade. I can remember it like that, clear like that. And I remember we was going out the store. We had our snacks. The OGs was getting their wine or something. I remember because they walked out right after us, but me and my mans walked out first, and then the OGs was coming out. The older wino type dudes, you know, they weren't fresh or nothing. They wasn't no bums like begging or nothing, but they was like winos, like drunks. You know what I mean? Old school cats, like your uncles and them. Old school cats. And and they coming out the stove, and one of them like made a mistake and bumped one of the younger niggas. The niggas was like 20 something, like in their late 20s, maybe early 30s or something like that. I don't even think they was in their early 30s. I think they was in their mid to late 20s, you know. But they bumped them, and back then niggas used to be so tough, that like I said, it was '98. Niggas were trying to be so tough, and they, one of the OGs made a mistake and bumped into him. He probably was buzzing or something, and them niggas like, man, watch where you going. You know what I'm saying there? And got the fan on the OGs out there. bam, bam, dropped him. Even dude that worked at McDonald's with me, he fired on one. I don't know why he did that. I guess he was trying to show off the little manager dude, but he ended up pushing one down to find on one or something. But the dudes, they fired him up, bam, bam, out the door. We like in a parking lot. Me and my homies, we like, damn, they ain't have to fire them niggas up like that. Them OG, niggas all winos or something. They had to fire them up. They fired them up, man. So me and my homeboy, we walk across the street, and we still on Linwood kicking it with our little snacks. The OGs hop in their car. I remember they had like a little Honda or something like that. A green, I remember it was green. And they hopped in it and they took off down Vicksburg. Whoop, that's the next street from Montgomery. We was standing on Linwood in between Vicksburg and Montgomery. But you could see my street, that's Virginia Park. You know, we could see, but we see the OGs, they turned down Vicksburg. Whoop, they bust a left down Vicksburg. And the other dudes, they went in the store after they fired them up, feeling tough or something. And we like, damn, they had to fire them old niggas up. And we out there for a sec. It wasn't even 2 or 3 minutes. It was about 2 or 3 minutes. Now we look, the OGs that went down Vicksburg. Now we look and they coming up Virginia Park. Whoa, it's only been about 2, 3 minutes. And when they coming up Virginia Park, I'm like, uh-oh, like that's the OGs right there. Uh-oh. OGs pulled right back up in the parking lot up in Owens. And they hopped out that car, both of them, and they opened that store door up and lit them dudes up. I'm talking about they told them up. Fuck, fuck, boom, boom, fuck, boom. It hit both of them numerous times. Told them up. Them boys was laying in the stove, laid back, shirts red, they outfits was twisted. We like, damn! I never forget that, dog. We was like, damn! And them OGs pulled off of that car. I didn't know them OGs then, but they had to be from our hood. Like I said, there was so many people in our neighborhood back then. You wouldn't know everybody personally. Like they probably knew people down the line. Like, boy, we know your mama or something. We've been seeing, but we didn't know them personally. Like nowadays, we know everybody personally because there's a lot of people ain't here no more. Plus, we done been here 40 years now. We was just getting on Earth then. It was like we was only like 16 and stuff like that. Then, so we know everybody now around here. Is a lot of people gone. It ain't as many people as it is, as it was then. But the moral of the story: do not judge a book by its cover, man. We did not know them old dude. Them OGs was laying like that. Man, them niggas, they turned the corner down Vicksburg. Whoop, 2, 3 minutes, they came right back. Dude and them was at the counter because you could still see inside the store from where we were standing at. We standing right across the street on Linwood, so you could see in the store where the dudes was standing at. They was standing by the front counter paying for their drinks or whatever. Whatever they was getting, they probably was getting some gizzards, some chicken wings, or some beers or whatever. They was standing, them OGs went in there, opened that door, and handled their business. when I seen them OGs wrap back up VP, I'm like, uh-oh. I said like, uh-oh, we got action. I could tell how they was looking. They pulled that little Honda back up or whatever it was. They got out that car and got the Fuku, foul, room, boom, cow. We like, ooh. We like, man, they stretched them boys out there. Man, stretched them boys out like a chiropractor. We like, oh, no. We like, man. But I learned at a young age, back then, do not judge a book by its cover. And don't bother nobody that ain't bothering you, man. Them old dude probably, I think he stumbled into him. He was buzzing. He stumbled into him. My bad. That nigga says, nigga, what you doing? Trying to be tough. That old 90s stuff. He fat on, I remember they fat him up. And the dude that I knew from McDonald's, he got away because he wasn't with them. He was just gonna hit one and try and profile and style with them. Like he doing something. He was an old lame. I remember that. He was an old lame for McDonald's. I remember him. But he gonna try and hit one just cause. And he got in his car and left right before it happened. Cause he would have been in there. They would have wet his little McDonald's uniform up too. He got in his car. I remember he had curly hair, big tall dude. He looked like Alexander O'Neal or something. He got in his car and left right in time because he would have been in there wet up too. They told them boys up. Them boys was in there sideways, laying on their back. They in the upper room, baby. You know, RIH to them boys, but yeah, y'all, hey, they learned the lesson too that day. They shouldn't have been playing. You don't bother nobody, ain't bothering you, man. You got to learn how to, be like, oh, okay, I see you. It's a mistake, OG, and out your way. I learned that day. Don't, even though I already knew stuff like that, but don't judge a book by its cover, man. I just wanted to tell her that story right quick because I had thought about it. Me and my homeboy was talking about it earlier when I was cutting hair. Yeah, I said I'm gonna share this with YouTube, a little episode, man. Well, that's the end of this video, family. One love.